When I think of the holidays, I think about hanging with my best friends, eating a lot of great food, and of course, having an epic dessert. And this Pavlova wreath is exactly that. Let's get started. So this holiday baking adventure starts with some arts and crafts. So I have a pencil, I have a little bit of parchment paper, and we're making a wreath. And I have a 9-inch tin here, and we're just gonna trace around the tin so that we have a guide when we go to pipe our meringue. Perfecto. And you don't want the pencil to touch the meringue, so what I'm gonna do is flip it over, and that way you can see the outline without having the pencil touch the meringue. So we're starting off with some egg whites. They're at room temperature, and meringue is super duper easy to make. We're just gonna do one of these numbers and then let it go until it's nice and frothy. All right, so my meringue is nice and frothy now, and now I'm gonna slowly add the sugar until stiff, glossy peaks form. And we're gonna gently sprinkle it in. Crank up the speed too. I think it's done, you guys. Let's take a look. Oh yeah, see that? Those are nice, stiff, shiny peaks. It's not even shaking off the whisk, and that's a really, really great sign. And this is essentially marshmallows. So what we have right now is meringue, but what I want to make is pavlova, and the signature texture of pavlova is that it's crispy on the outside but chewy and soft in the middle like a marshmallow. So what I'm going to do is I have two secret ingredients. I have a little bit of white vinegar as well as some cornstarch. And I'm going to mix these things together to dissolve the cornstarch in the vinegar, and this is what's going to give us that chewy, soft interior. Into the meringue. And I'm gonna gently fold it in to the meringue. Perfect, that looks so good. So I have a piping bag here that I've outfitted with a round tip. And the easiest way to fill a piping bag is to put it in a jar like this and then fill it up. And then you wanna give it a shake so that all that pavlova mixture settles at the bottom of the bag. And then give it a twist. Now we're ready to go. So I'm bringing back my sheet pan with my parchment paper, and we're gonna make a wreath. So I'm gonna make 10 balls around the circumference of the circle, and then we're gonna decorate it after. It's gonna be so, so pretty. All right, so they're nice and piped. Doesn't it look so pretty? And now, because we're taking this pavlova to the next level, I wanna create little dips in each of the balls so that we can fill them. So I'm just gonna take an everyday spoon and make a little well in each of these balls because we're gonna fill them with some extra yummy stuff once they come out of the oven. This guy's ready to go into the oven. My oven is preheated to 200 degrees and it's gonna go in for 2 hours. And then once those 2 hours are up, I'm gonna slightly open the oven door, turn the oven off, and it's gonna hang out in there for an additional 2 hours. So it does take a lot of time, but trust me, it is so worth it for the holidays. Let's pop it in. I pulled my pavlova out of the oven not too long ago, and I transferred it to this pretty platter because, of course, it's the holidays. You want things to be nice and festive, and of course, to impress your friends. And it doesn't stop here because I have a little bit of sweetened whipped cream, and to that whipped cream, I'm gonna add my secret ingredient, and that's lemon curd. I'm gonna fold in just a touch, and it's just gonna make our whipped cream extra special. Amazing. Now remember those little dips that we made into the meringue? They are gonna house this lemon curd whipped cream. So you're gonna take big dollops and then just spoon it in. Wow. Oh my goodness, doesn't that look so good? I think I want a little extra pop of lemon, so I'm gonna go in with a little extra lemon curd over the top. And now is when we get super festive with the reds. So I've chosen raspberries and pomegranate arils. Did you know that? Pomegranate seeds are actually technically called arils, and I think they're so perfect for the holidays because they look like little jewels, right? So let's go in with a few raspberries on each one. And I love making this dessert around the holidays because it's so simple. You can make the pavlova ahead of time and let it hang, and then just top it when your guests come over. So it's one of those like no fuss, no muss kind of desserts. And now the pomegranate seeds, and we're gonna make it rain because that's the best way to go about it. They remind me of like those little twinkly lights around Christmas. And now it's time to crack into this guy. I'm so excited. Get that crunch. I can hear that it's chewy. Look at that. Oh yeah. That's too good, you guys. Wow. All right, that looks like the most perfect bite. A little bit of everything on this spoon. Here goes. Mmm. So no matter what you're celebrating this holiday, be sure to make this festive Pavlova wreath. I mean, it's super duper easy to make, and look at it, it's really, really impressive. So gather some friends around and tuck in.